Jai and friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the fresh news of the day. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has told the Foreign Minister of China, Wang Yi, that trust has been eroded between China and India. Now, this is a very big statement to make for a person of the level of the NSA of India. And this actually shows where relationships between both the countries are going. I mean, the relationship is on a downhill, the trend is downwards, but definitely they're still talking to each other. That is the good part of it. They're talking to each other, but India over the past 1 or 2 years has been very frank and upfront in telling China that you are doing things that we do not appreciate and our relationship cannot be normal. In fact, Dr. Jaishankar very bluntly told his Chinese counterpart, I think a month back, he says that the India-China relationship will be as normal as the line of actual control, or words to that effect. What the NSA has told Wang Yi, the Foreign Minister of China, is that trust has been eroded. Now, this is a very big statement to make diplomatically, and the NSA has made it. So, what China wants from India is enhanced trade. China wants India to keep on importing from China. China wants India to support China. And China also wants India to take a back foot along the line of actual control so that the Chinese can start what they call salami slicing. Now, the Indian army will never permit it along the border, and the Indian army gave them a bone-crushing response in Galwan. So, the Chinese know that they are up against a brave and a professional army. So, the Chinese can't take the Indian army for granted, or the Indian government for granted for that matter. But what's happening is that the Chinese authorities actually want the trade of $125 billion, which is currently the trade, to go up to around 200, 300, 400, even $500 billion, mostly in favor of China. This is something that India does not want. What India wants is companies to come out of China and come to India. Now, I have repeated this ad nauseum time and again that where does China get its money from? Friends, China gets its money from contract manufacturing. American companies and European companies tell China to manufacture stuff for them, give Chinese the money. With that money, China buys the weapons and threatens the West. So, what India has told the Western world is simple. All your policy documents relating to national security say that China is your biggest threat, right? If China is your biggest threat, US has said it, UK has said it, Germany has said it, France has said it. Everybody says that China is the biggest threat. So, if China is your biggest threat, why do you keep on giving money to China? Why should you do that? So, now slowly and slowly, and it will take time. This is not going to happen tomorrow. It might take a decade or two, but slowly and slowly companies are pulling out of China. Many companies are coming to India and moving to other parts of the world. This is something that China does not like, and it makes China extremely uncomfortable. So, when the NSA, Mr. Ajit Doval, tells the Chinese foreign minister that trust has been eroded, he is basically saying that you need to get the line of actual control in place before we can move on the other items on your agenda. And I think this is something that the foreign minister has also said, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and this is something that the NSA has also said. So, it's absolutely clear to the Chinese that India is going to go nowhere unless they sort out the mess that the Chinese have created along the line of actual control. We have hundreds of thousands of soldiers eyeball to eyeball. Why? Because China wants to come inside India. And the Indian Army, the Navy and the Air Force say absolutely not. This is the entire story along the line of actual control, even in the seas. The Indian Navy is operating in the seas. The Air Force and the Army are active along the line of actual control, and that is all that there is to it. So, India is pushing back. In another news from J&K, Pakistani intelligence operatives and terrorists have tried to infiltrate school WhatsApp groups. So, the school WhatsApp groups have teachers, they have students. Now, they have infiltrated school WhatsApp groups and they want to know what exactly is happening in the schools. You know, small little things, because many of those schools are army schools. And once you get inside a school WhatsApp group, you will come to know about the parents of the students who are in that group, right? And you can come to know valuable intelligence from the WhatsApp group. So, this is the level to which Pakistani intelligence operatives and Pakistani terrorists have stooped, using children to further their terror agenda. Now, what the Indian Army has done is said, exit from all the WhatsApp groups and create new WhatsApp groups and recheck the numbers that you are adding as part of the group. So, this is what the Indian Army has done in J&K. Very important piece of news, and I would encourage all the kids who are there studying in schools in J&K, be very careful whom you add into your group. And ladies and gentlemen, before I bid goodbye to you, I would like to take this opportunity to wish all our viewers a very, very happy Kargil Vijay Divas. Jai Hind.